Hi everybody. Everybody.
Boo.
Hi, Betty.
Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Neo Nails. In this video, we are going to do a hairdresser inspired look on the fabulous JJ, who is a hairdresser. So these are perfect for her. So I've already prepped JJ's nails. So we're going to work straight onto those. We're going to sculpt. I'm going to put forms on all of the nails, because this is a full look. Right, so we're going to do a stiletto. So you can see how I have applied the form. We do have a video all about how to create the perfect stiletto. We'll link that below. It's a really good video. Very educational.
And you get to see Kirsty before she was Kirsty.
Oh, it's an old video, so I was like quite
Professional.
I just wasn't myself. So I'm going to bang all these on first of all. If I come across any problems with the form fit, I'll go through that with you. The J's got quite nice nails, so they'll probably fit quite well.
Thanks. I did grow them myself.
Did you? Grew them nail beds yourself?
I did.
Oh God.
A lot of training, but you know, got there.
Yeah. Like the nail gym.
Yeah.
Take them to the nail gym and train those nail beds to grow long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No. A lot of protein.
Yeah.
I bet, yeah.
How come sometimes you have to snip them sometimes?
Because if it doesn't fit right, if it doesn't fit into your side walls neat, then I need to just cut that. Because you've got quite little fingers. You know, look at them compared to my big sausage hands. So I always make sure I roll this form between my thumbs. Doing this, trying to roll it with your fingers too far apart, won't work. You do need to hold it quite tight. And you're sort of rubbing it between your thumbs to get that nice curve. And that'll help it fit a lot better. Today I'm going to use Rose Glow for that kind of background camouflage colour to camouflage her natural nail. We are going to add glitters as well. Got Max Adhesion in my dampen dish. So I'm going to prep these with my dehydrator. And then we're going to prime. Very important to make sure that everything's prepped really well. I do get a lot of questions about lifting, and when I sort of delve into what that person's process is, it sort of does flag up where the prep's not been done quite so good. So these are the acrylics that I'm going to use for my core powder to build strength. The only colour will be this one from that core range. So I will have Blank Slate and Glass Rose as well. Well, I won't just do one nail then move on to the next. I will work from nail to nail, so you'll get sort of a real, what's the word?
Like you're in a salon.
Yeah.
Like salon.
Yeah.
Salonness.
Salonness. That's the word. Real salonness.
Oh my God.
I bet everyone knows what we mean then.
Some people don't understand all this real weird stuff.
All the big words.
Yeah.
Some people don't understand the big words, you know, Adam.
I'll try to stop using them around you then.
Thank you. Because Adam does use big words. And me and JJ just look at each other and go, so I've just put that powder onto the natural nail, and I'm going to connect the nail to the form with a little bit of Blank Slate. You can see Blank Slate a lot easier than clear because it's got that milky consistency and colour. You want it very thin, so if you use it wet, it will be very thin. It's just a platform. I'm going to do the same on this one. So you can see I'm tilting the finger down, so it's drawing away from the cuticle. Nice and neat. And the thickness will be towards that apex in the back third. Then we're going to go in with blank slate to make that thin extension. That's just there for a platform. So I can come and pinch this one now, because this one's set up enough to pinch. I'm going to do this one slightly different. So I'm still going to do the nail bed the same as we've done before. But then I'm going to add this colour, this rose glow, to the tip as well. And sweep it across so it's slightly higher on one side. And I'm going to bring it down on this side. So you can see you have this sort of channel running through the middle. I'm going to connect these together. A little bit of blank slate. Take a little bit of that off. Slightly too much product there. I want that quite thin. Let's test this. Can we pinch this? It's still a little bit soft. Now on the little finger, I'm going to put a little tiny bit of blank slate onto the nail. I'm going to come down, and right at the tip, I'm going to put rose glow. Going to sweep slightly to one side. So what I want it to do is I want this to flow up here. So that's what you're looking for, this angle. I'm going to check if he wants pinching. Yep, we can pinch him now.
You always refer to the nail as a him.
Do I?
Yeah.
Maybe that's
especially when you're talking about pinching.
Maybe that's what it is, because you know, I'm single. Anybody out there want to take me out on a date?
She pinches.
You want a pinching? I'm your gal. Just going to make sure I've got a little bit of blank slate connecting that together. So if I don't connect it together and I want to pinch, some of it won't pinch correctly, won't pinch in one tubular kind of shape. It'll have like a dip where it isn't, where that product isn't. I'm going to do the thumb now. You've got to be careful what's going on with this pinching tool. Same as we did on the little finger, that's what I'm going to do with this thumb. But I'm going to sweep up at this angle here. So we're going to put Rose Glow on at the tip and sweep it up this side. And again, a little bit of blank slate. Let's connect those together. Don't worry about this being perfectly blended in. You know, we're not doing an ombre nail because what will happen is we're going to put glitter in here and you won't see it. That's nicely pinched. Can we pinch this one? Yes, we can. So you see how I tested it first with my fingers. And then we have Bronze Goddess. Because JJ is a goddess.
Well, thank you.
Then we have Carnival in Venice. And then we have Metallic Silver. Then I've got Diamonds Are Forever. Like a bit of Shirley Bassey, don't we?
Old finger.
Sorry. Then I've got Copper Rose Mini Glitter, super fine glitter. That's Pink Fairy Wings. And I've got Copper Rose Cracked Ice Mylar. I'm going to use those as well.
Yeah, you're going to have fear after you.
Yeah.
Big style.
That's fine. I'll poke her
Yeah.
with my rose nails.
That's why we've done stilettos, so you can give her.
Fend yourself off.
Yeah.
Now you're probably thinking, well, why did you do all that first and not just start adding your colours? Because what happens when you start doing using coloured acrylic powders that are really pigmented and glitters, your monomer will have a little bit of shimmer in it from the glitters and the shimmery powders. You might get a bit of glitter in there. And if I'm doing this kind of flawless, beautiful rose glow look here, I don't want any of the liquid to be contaminated with the other products. So it's important to get that laid down first. Not going to pinch this just yet. Still a little bit soft. So JJ's going to remind me to pinch that, aren't you?
Oh, the pressure.
No,
the pressure is
no
on.
pressure there. No pressure
How
at all.
long do I need to wait for this?
Wait till I've got a bit of colour on this one. Yeah?
Yeah.
So these are my acrylics and I've got my glitters at the side here. I'm going to add metallic silver first. And I'm kind of using it like paint and painting it on. And a bit of Bronze Goddess. There is no sort of rhyme or reason to this. I am placing it where I think it should be, where I think it looks nice. I am working sort of down the nail. I never work a design going horizontal. Let me check this. Yeah, we can pinch him now. Just going to balance that there. You all right there, Jay?
Perfect.
She didn't remind you.
I didn't need it, did I? I remembered myself. I love this. All the carnival ones are fantastic. And then, while that's a bit wet, I'm going to pick up little bits of this glitter and just add it into that wet acrylic. And I've got a bit of Diamonds Are Forever, I'm going to sweep that up there. I just feel like I need a little bit of something here. So I popped a little bit of acrylic on there, just wet, a little bit of that glass rose, and I can start adding a little bit of that loose glitter. Pinching right to the end. And pop that back on. Gonna add the glitter to this nail now.
A lot of people commented saying, well, if you're going to do like a full, like glittery type thing, shouldn't you just pre-mix your glitter?
No, I mean, do you know what? I used to do that years ago. I used to pre-mix glitter, and then I ended up with all these billions of pots that really never got used again. It's easier to just pick it up, I think. You're not going to waste loads of pots. Because you can imagine if I had to mix all the glitters that I use, how many pots I'd have. And then sometimes I want to use it just raw. So I'd have like 2 pots. Maybe it's laziness. Yeah, so I just found it a bit tedious. You know what I mean? Didn't like it.
I do. I know what you mean.
I'm going to look like a millionaire.
For all this glitter.
You just walk around Amsterdam.
I can pay people by just chipping a bit of nail off.
Gee. I'm keeping everything quite thin, and that's why these powders are amazing, because they are so pigmented and you can keep everything really thin. You don't use a lot of product either. We want it thin because we're going to encapsulate inside. We're going to cap all that glitter. Now with this one, a little bit different, we're going to work in this little section that I left open.
I think that one's my favourite with that stuff.
Is it?
The Mylar, is it?
Oh, you love the Mylar?
Yeah, I'm loving the Mylar.
It's lovely, isn't it? Lovely. And you don't need a lot. You know, that pot will last such a long time. I am loving this Bronze Goddess as well. I love, because the glitter in Bronze Goddess isn't like all the same size or even the same shape. They're all very, very different. See what I mean about your monomer getting a bit messy? See the shimmer and the glitter in there. Now if I was picking up, you know, that nude colour, Rose Glow, I'd end up picking the shimmer and the glitter up as well. This is when everyone says, well, that's just because you're messy. And I'm sure there's other people out there that are messy as well. It's me. So with this little one, I'm going to work at this angle here. I'm just going to blend a little bit of Diamonds Are Forever, just down there. Oh yes, bloody blah, bloody blah, blah.
You like James Bond films?
They're alright, you know. They're not my fave, but you know, I like them, they're alright, yeah. And this one's going to be similar to that little finger we've just done. Just working at slightly different angle with the flow of glitter and shimmer down that nail. So when I'm adding Mylar, I've got to make sure that I'm putting it onto wet acrylic. That's why I've just added that little bit of glass rose, just so it's going to stick into it. So what I'm going to do now is encapsulate with glass rose. Glass rose is a transparent pink. It's really nice to work with. I do love encapsulating with it. Just going to use a slightly bigger brush because I want to pick up a big bead. I love encapsulating with glass rose.
That rose tinted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rose tinted glass.
Is that why it's called glass rose?
Oh, maybe. We need that in his life sometimes, don't we?
Rose tinted glasses.
Mm.
Every day. And you see how beautiful this product is to work with. It holds its shape. So when you're putting the glass rose on, you can build up your apex. So this is going to give you a lot of strength as well. So not only are you encapsulating those gorgeous colours, you are giving the nail strength. And we're going to pinch this nail again, because what happens when you put acrylic on top of acrylic, it wants to bounce back out. So we're just going to hold that pinch. Notice I'm coming under the hand now with my hand. I'm not fighting to get in here because this nail's wet. So I'm coming under with my hand.
You're underhanded.
So underhanded, it's terrible.
Dun, dun, dun.
So I've moved to this finger now, giving that one a pinch. I'm going to turn the hand, balance that tool. So this one's completely dry. I can take off the form. So I'm going to do my normal filing routine. I'm going to file the side walls nice and straight. Get it nice and straight to get that perfect stiletto shape. You don't want the nail to rise up or drop down. So the angle of your file is very important. So if you look at my file, I'm running in line with the finger. So even if I'm doing it that way, it's in line with the finger. So it's no higher, no lower than the finger. So I'm not anchoring up and I'm not anchoring down like this.
I bet that takes a lot of practice itself, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, it does. I'm going to smooth out that cuticle area. It's pretty smooth already, but we just want to double check that everything's nice and sleek around there. And then I like to do the sides like this as well. So I'm using the file really flat. I'm only really touching from here down. I'm not touching anything up here.
Does that make it sharp?
Yes, nice and sharp. So not only will these have hairdressing artwork on, they will also be used as tools.
Cheers, scissor hands.
Yeah. Then I'm going to contour the nail.
What does that actually mean?
Contour, you're going to create the contours and the curves of the nail. The longer the nail, the bigger the apex. Make sure you don't get rid of that apex. I'm filing very flat now from the apex to the tip. And I'm going to buff over with my block to make it nice and smooth. I always start at that cuticle area to make it really, really smooth, and I know that it's blended in perfectly.
Love that block.
Feel nice?
I love the colour of it.
Okay. And I'm just going to whip over the rest of the nail to smooth that out, keeping everything nice and sharp there. Now I'm going to use pure acetone. I've got a melt blown wipe. You can use a melt blown wipe or a lint free wipe to just wipe over it, and it'll smooth it out, get rid of any of that dust. So you've got a nice stiletto nail. What I'm going to do now is do that same process to all of the nails. Now they're all filed and buffed, I'm going to top coat them all with the Urban Graffiti top coat. And that top coat really shows off the glitter. Put my nose into the lamp. See, they look beautiful just like that, don't they? But that is just the first stage of creating these gorgeous hairdresser inspired nails. So I'm just going to put some oil on just to give those nails a little bit of, well, the skin, a little bit of moisture.
Nourishment.
Yeah. So in the next video we're going to do some hand painting, we're going to do 3D artwork. It's going to be amazing.
I feel like my fingers have instantly lost weight.
You're instantly just going on a diet.
God.
It's so funny.
That's because I went to the gym 2 days ago.
Oh God, the finger gym.
Yeah.